Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to your very own astrology channel, and today we'll be dealing with the Taurus Ascendant, the Taurus rising sign. And first of all, for those of you who are new to my channel, let me explain you what is the rising sign in astrology. Well, the rising sign in astrology is the sign that was rising from the eastern side of the zodiac, from the eastern side of the sky, when at the time of your birth. So if you were born on that particular day in at a particular place and at that particular timing, so at that particular timing when you were born at that place on that day, the sign that was rising from the eastern side of the sky, that is from where the sun rises, becomes your rising sign, becomes your ascendant. So here, since we are discussing about the Taurus ascendant, these people, when they were born, it was the Taurus sign that was rising from the eastern side of the sky for these people. And this is the chart, as you can see it up here. This is the chart that signifies the chart for the Taurus ascendants. So since this Taurus sign was rising from the eastern side of the sky at the time they were born, so this rising sign Taurus is governed by the symbol 2. So this becomes the symbol 2 governs the first house in their horoscope, and thereafter we proceed in the anti-clockwise direction. That is, since their first house, unlike the Aries ascendants, in the Aries ascendants this house carries the symbol 1, but for these Taurus ascendants this first house carries the symbol 2, and then we proceed in the anti-clockwise direction with the second house carrying the symbol 3, the third house carrying the symbol 4. If you were to say it in a more sophisticated language, you can say that the original energy of the second house comes into the first house for these Taurus ascendants, or you can say that the original energy of the third house comes into the second house for these Taurus ascendants. The original energy of the fourth house comes into the third house for these Taurus ascendants. Similarly, the original energy of the first house comes into the 12th house for these Taurus ascendants. Now, this ascendant series, any of these 12 rising signs, these are very important. Even if you are not much inclined towards astrology or going into the in-depth of astrology about the planetary placements, nakshatras, and the things like that, and you are only interested in knowing that what kind of personality you have, or what's gonna be your life path, then if you are familiar with this very thing, that is what is your ascendant or the rising sign is all about, and if you know in complete detail about your rising sign, then although not a complete picture, but at least you will have let's say 30 to 35% picture of how your life gonna be. What is the personality? What is your personality all about? What are your traits and inclinations? How you will behave with your siblings? How will you behave with your enemies? What kind of partners would you attract in life? What kind of careers are best suited to you? So this rising sign is this rising sign series will be very important for people not only who want to get the in-depth knowledge of astrology, but also for people who just want to limit themselves to getting a fair picture of what their life pattern is going to be all about. So I in all of my ascendant episodes, I am not the usual guy who you normally come across on YouTube, who would just complete the rising sign episodes in 12 minutes, in 15 minutes, in 20 minutes. Because since it's the most important concept of astrology, each of these rising sign or the ascendant episodes on my channel are going to be very long, and that's why I'll divide each of my ascendant episodes into two parts, so that it kind of becomes convenient for you people. So in this, like these Taurus ascendants has the 12th house. But in this particular part, one of the part 1 of the Taurus rising signs episode, I'll be covering only the first 6 houses. That is, I'll be covering this house, this house, this house, this house, this house, and this house. So in this particular episode, you will get to know what the Taurus Ascendant is all about. You will get to know about the speech, about the ancestral lineage of the Taurus Ascendants. You will get to know how the Taurus Ascendants behave with their siblings, acquaintances, and the friends. You will get to know about the mother, about the house of the Taurus Ascendants. You will get to know about the romantic affairs, children, and the university level education of these Taurus Ascendants, which is governed by the 5th house. And then you will get to know finally about how these Taurus people deal with their enemies, deal with their hurdles, deal with the obstacles in their life, and what is their attitude to combating any hurdle in life. And since the 6th house is also about the relationship with the co-workers, and it is also house of tactfulness. It is a house that has got a very logical and a very analytical kind of energy. So while I take up the 6th house for these Taurus Ascendants, you will get to know that how the Taurus Ascendants behave when it comes to things which require you to show a lot of rationality, tactfulness, a lot of logical approach, lot of prudency in the discretionary levels. And in the second part of the video, I'll be covering these the 7th house to the 12th house. So in this particular episode, I'll be covering the first 6 houses for these Taurus Ascendants. So guys, without wasting any time, let's just go ahead and see what this Taurus sign is really all about. So come here. And now guys, like I just showed you in the chart, for those Taurus Ascendants, their first house carries the original energy of the 2nd house. And what is the second house in astrology all about? For those of you who have watched the 6 videos that I made on the 2nd house in astrology, they may be easily able to recall the fact that 2nd house foremost is all about wealth management. And likely with this 2nd house energy coming into the 1st house, for those Taurus Ascendants, these Taurus Ascendants are financially very savvy. They are very economically cautious people. These are the people who make the best wealth managers out of all the 12 zodiac signs, or out of the 12 rising signs that we have in astrology. These are the people who meticulously keep track of every single penny that is going out of their pocket. They would make sure that every single money they are investing would give them huge returns 4 to 5 years down the line, and they are not the people who would waste their money on something that is fruitless, because the second house is all about valuing and preserving anything that has got some sort of a value. So these Taurus Ascendants, they are very economically cautious, and whatever they spend on, yes, they may. It doesn't mean that they are kind of misers. They may spend $1 lakh or $10 million on something, but that whatever thing they are spending on has to carry some sort of worth, has to carry some sort of a value which can give them returns in the future. What else the 2nd house is all about? Well, the 2nd house originally has the energy of this sign Taurus, and it is represented by the Queen. And with this energy of the 2nd house coming into the 1st house, these Taurus Ascendants are like a queen. Now, if you were to visualize a picture of a queen, you would find that figure very, very, very suave and sophisticated figure, decorating herself in front of the mirror with the best of the gems and jewelry, with the finest piece of precious stones and ornaments, somebody who adorns or is covered in one of the most fashionable and the expensive clothing, somebody who is very soft spoken, somebody who is very sophisticated when it comes to speaking. So with this energy coming of the queen coming into the first house, these people, these Taurus ascendants, like that queen, are attached to the materialistic things in their life. They like to pamper themselves with the fine dining. They love to eat one of the most exotic, one of the most palatable, one of the expensive cuisines in the world. They like to pamper themselves by wearing the most fashionable clothes, or the most fashionable or the in-trend gems and jewelry. But one thing that is very good about these Taurus ascendants is that although fine enough, they want to pamper themselves with the things that are materialistic in life. They want to have the land and property, the ancestral land and property, and the things of that sort, like I just explained you. But at the same time, they are not the people who would lose sense of reality and keep on spending on all those things only to go bankrupt one day. No, these people are very cautious of what all their savings are, and although they may spend on all these things, but at the same time they equally work hard to earn the money and to save the money, so that no matter what is the face of their life, whether it is the bad face or the good face of their life, they are running through. They have enough in their bank balance to pamper themselves with, that can provide some sort of financial security for them. So financial security is all that is the Taurus ascendant is all about. What else is the second house, original energy of the second house? Well, originally the second house also governs our ancestral culture, traditions, and anything that is old age and is valuable in nature. And with this second house energy coming into the first house, these Taurus ascendants, they take a lot of interest into something that has got a ancestral or an ancestral value to it. It could be it could be their ancestors, their ancestral languages, their ancestral cultures, their ancestral traditions, the way their ancestors dress themselves. So they may cook even a particular recipe the age old, as it used to be done, the age old ancestral way, and this is something that they take great pride in. They may be inclined towards the things that is like history or arts or architecture of the olden times, and they may preserve coins, stamps, anything, arts and artifacts that date back to the olden times. And what next? Next comes the second house for the Taurus ascendants, and the second house of the Taurus ascendants has the original energy of the third house. So second house also governs the right side of our brain, that is the rational thinking. And with this energy that came into the first house, like I told you, they are very, very rational. They are not emotional. They are not emotional fools. In fact, they are very grounded and very practical people. And now with the second half, with the third house energy coming into the second house, these people are very communicative when it comes to their second house. So these people are very communicative. You can occasionally see them talking about their ancestral land or property, or about something that has to do with the age old culture, with the age old festivals, something that has to do with anything that is valuable. Many of these people make one of the best wealth advisors with this third house energy. That is of third house energy. Gemini energy is of business, self-effort. And with this energy coming into the second house of wealth, they can make good wealth advisors, and they can also be inclined towards taking up their ancestral business. So they can also go into the business that has to do with gems and jewelry, that has to do with the clothing industry, that has to do with the arts and craft, that has to do with the artifacts, or anything that has to do with the way the things were done the age-old ancestral way. But there is one thing. Although these Taurus ascendants, they are very rational, very practical, and they are very communicating they are very communicative with their ancestral family. But here is the thing, that although they are very rational, but their families, with this energy of Gemini governing their second house of ancestral family, their ancestral family's decisions keep on fluctuating, which is kind of very tough for this Taurus person to deal with. So if this Taurus person has made his mind to watch a movie X, he has done all, he'll make sure that he has done all the analysis. He has made sure that it is directed by this and this actor, it is this and this is the story all about, and finally I am going for this movie, no matter what is the opinion of the other people. But their ancestral family is like, hey, why don't we go for a movie other than this, or why don't we go to a different holiday destination than you have decided? And this can be quite frustrating for this Taurus ascendant. And guys, like I just showed you in the chart of the Taurus ascendants, their third house is actually controlled by the planet Moon. And what is the planet Moon all about? The planet Moon is all about the motherly nourishment. It's all about the motherly love. It's all about the esoteric kind of love, wherein you shower onto others one of the most purest and the divine love that is to be encountered in the world, that is given by the mother. And the third house in any horoscope governs your acquaintances, your friends, your and your younger siblings. So these Taurus ascendants, being ruled by the planet, with the third house being ruled by the planet Moon, these Taurus ascendants are very emotional. They share a very emotional, very esoteric kind of a bond with their acquaintances, with their friends, and with their younger siblings. They are they are not like they would go to the most happening disc in the town, or they would go shopping with their fellow acquaintances or their siblings. This is not a way by which they can actually share an emotional bond, or this is not the way they can actually connect to their siblings or acquaintances. Rather, these Taurus ascendants, since the third house is ruled by Moon, so these Taurus ascendants, when it comes to having an interaction with these siblings or these acquaintances, this Taurus ascendant, this Taurus rising sign person would be like, hey my friend, or hey my younger brother or sister, why don't we go up to the mountains? Why don't we go to the riverside and have a nice emotional loving chat in the esoteric and the serene and the calm surroundings. So this is their way of connecting with their fellow acquaintances. And since Moon, wherever this planet Moon is present, like Moon is always waxing and waning. It's like the tides of the sea. One time it's up and then it goes down, and it follows like a series. So wherever the planet Moon is present in a horoscope, there are fluctuations with the things represented to the house that the Moon is placed in. So since here Moon is governing or is controlling the third house of the Taurus ascendants, so these people are kind of very fluctuating in their relationship with the acquaintances or the siblings. Although they share an emotional bond, but they are like one moment they'll be all into their acquaintances and their siblings and their friends. They like to spend a nice time, and they are so emotionally bonded that they cannot actually bear being away from their acquaintances or their colleagues even for a single second. And the very next moment, these people, like since Moon is fluctuating, so the very next moment they are like, they go into their own shell. They like to be left alone, away from their acquaintances, friends, or their younger siblings, because now the way they react with the enemies, these Taurus ascendant, the way they react with enemies, or the way they deal in the professional sphere might be very different. But when it comes to these acquaintances, colleagues, these younger siblings and friends, they are kind of behave the moon way. So one moment they are all into their cousins, they are having a very lovely talk sessions in a very serene kind of an environment, and the very next moment they like to be left alone, wherein they kind of seclude or alienate themselves from these acquaintances, and they like to spend a time wherein they can pamper themselves. So, and this is actually a way the moon actually revitalizes itself, because moon is a planet that gets easily hurt. Since it is very emotional, it is very susceptible and vulnerable to getting hurt, vulnerable to getting emotionally hurt. So when these people are kind of emotionally hurt by their friends or by their fellow acquaintances, these people kind of go into their own shell. They just assimilate that what all happened. They just recharge their batteries. They just collect their thoughts together, get the tranquility and the serenity of their mind back, and when they restore their serenity and the mental composure, it is at that time that they come back again and emotionally connect to their acquaintances all over again. Now the fourth house for these Taurus ascendants is governed by the planet Sun. And what is the planet Sun? The planet Sun is the administrator. The planet Sun is the ruler of the territory. The planet Sun is the person who has a final say, who has the final decision making. So whether it is the Taurus boy or it is the Taurus girl, they ultimately end up being the heads of their family. Or if not, they are the heads of the family, they are at least considered so, because Sun is a planet that is a leader, and it is governing and it is controlling the fourth house, that is of physical home. So these people, these Taurus ascendants people, they have a major say. They have a major say when it comes to taking any decisions regarding the home or mother, and especially these people have the final veto power. These people have the final say when it comes to any of the decisions in the areas related to wealth management at home, or in the areas related to investment in land and property, as land and property is also seen from the fourth house in a horoscope. What else Sun is all about? Well, Sun is a planet that is a fatherly figure for us. Sun is the planet that we look up to, and when this Sun is present into the house of emotions, is present into the house of mother, so what happens with these Taurus ascendants is that naturally these people share a more emotional bonding. They share a more emotional connect with their father rather than with their mother. Or even if they are at good terms with their mother, their relationship with the father is at altogether different level, wherein they are more emotionally attached to the father as compared to the mother. Or if you look at it in a different way, you can say that their mother, the mother of the Taurus ascendant people is more like a fatherly figure for them. What else does Sun governs? Well, Sun is a planet who is blessed with everything. He is the leader. He is the planets. He's a planet that all the other planets in the solar system revolve around. So he is that fatherly figure. He is that one planet that is blessed with the rarest blend of qualities like power, persona, luck, intelligence, wisdom. He has it all. He's the leader out of all the planets, and Sun governs our ego. So for these Taurus ascendants, their ego, I think ego is too harsh a word, but for these Taurus ascendants, they don't take pride in the fact that, unlike a Cancerian person, these Taurus ascendant people do not take pride in the fact that they are blessed with a mother that bestows onto them one of the most purest, one of the most esoteric, one of the most divine and mystic love in the world. Neither these Taurus ascendants take pride in the fact that no matter what, they are blessed with a family that is going to stand behind them like a pillar, like a rock when they are going through the testing times, when they are going through one of the most doleful and the poignant situations in their life. No, it is kind of a Cancerian trait. But what gives a boost to their ego? These Taurus ascendants instead take pride in all the materialistic things that are related to their mother or their physical home. So instead of the things that are very close to a Cancerian ascendant, these Taurus ascendants may actually take pride, or they may be egoistic about the materialistic things that are related to their mother or their physical home. So they may be egoistic about living in a luxurious, palatable, not palatable, but they may be egoistic about living in a huge bungalow, which in itself is symbolic of the architectural brilliance. They may be egoistic about the fact that they have every possible luxury, every possible convenience of the world at their home. Since fourth house is the house that governs the conveniences and the luxuries in our life. So their ego stems from the fact that they live in a house that is symbolic of the architectural and the structural brilliance that is spread over a huge acre or a huge area of land. They may take pride in the fact that they have every possible convenience and luxury at their disposal. They have an array of servants at their home who would at their single call go beyond the call of their duty to make sure that their master doesn't have to even sacrifice an iota of his comfort zone. They may take pride in the fact that convenience could be related to anything. So they may take pride in the fact that they have air conditioners. They have air conditioners in all of the rooms in their house. They may take pride in the fact that they have the luxury cars at their home, because fourth house is a house that also governs the luxury vehicles. So they may take pride in having the luxury vehicles or the other materialistic modern day embellishments at their home. And what other than that, these Taurus people take pride in the fact that may take pride in the fact that their mother is such a sourceful figure like Sun. Since Sun is the ruler of the fourth house for the Taurus ascendants. So these Taurus ascendants may take pride in the fact that their mother is like a kingly figure, and the king, as I told you, these are the people who are the blessed ones. These are the people who hold the political and the social rank. They have kind of a persona that people just are normally allured to. Automatically they are allured to this ball of heat which is brimming with dazzling light. People automatically follow this light. So these Taurus ascendants might take pride in the fact that their mom holds such a social status or such a political rank in the society that her single decision may affect, like the king's decision may affect the people living in the territory. So they can take pride in the fact that since their mom has such a political and the social influence on the society, that her single decision can change the life of hundreds of individuals who are working under their mother. They may take pride in the fact that their mother is best at. Since Sun is considered to be supreme, so they may take pride in the fact that their mother is an expert when it comes to wealth management. They may take pride in the fact that their mother can cook a particular dish or anything that is palatable. Their mother can cook that particular dish better than any other mom in the world. They may take pride in the fact that their mom shows their tactfulness, shows her tactfulness and shows her rationality when it comes to the decision-making skills. So this is all the materialistic things related to the house or the materialistic things related to the mother is what gives a boost to their ego for these Taurus ascendant people. Now coming to the fifth house. For the Taurus ascendants, the fifth house is ruled by Mercury, and the fifth house for the Taurus ascendants has the energy of the sixth house. The energy of the sixth house for those Taurus ascendants people is actually present in their fifth house. So these people, these Taurus ascendant people, are kind of I should not say that that they face problems in their love affairs, but these people are not die-hard lovers who would just believe in love at the first sight, or they would not take care of the fact that whether the person they are marrying is a poor man or is a man who is physically debilitated. They are not those Cancerian, Scorpions, or the Piscean type of individuals who would just go blind in love and would not take care, and they would lose sense of the real world. But instead, these Taurus people are very rational, they are very logical, they are very practical, they are very analytical when it comes to their love affairs. So before going into the love, these Taurus individuals would be like, they would analyze the complete picture before they give their final commitment to their partner. Before they finally commit themselves to their partner, they would analyze the picture from all the sides. So they may be like that, fine enough, I have fallen in love with the person I am currently dating, but what will be the sustainability of such a relationship 5 to 6 years down the line, when this besotted kind of a love takes the other form, when we would be raising up a family? Would that similar love exist as it is existing now? Since we are dating, the things are rosy, but will that similar passion, will that similar craving be there? They may analyze the relationship in the fact that is it a normal fling with a partner? Is it just an infatuation, or is it really the right person they have met, that they are very sure that they're gonna have this person as their life partner? They would analyze the situation in the form that they'll be like that, fine enough, I like this person, he is tall, dark, handsome, he is very intellectual, I enjoy the intellectual debates and discussions with him, but fine enough, would he be able to provide me with the financial security that is very important for me? These people would before committing themselves, they would be like that. They would actually try and analyze that since I am going for an intercaste marriage, or since I am marrying a person from a different caste, creed, or color, and there are likely chances that my parents may not support my decisions. So since my parents would not be supporting my decisions, do I have it in me? Am I that sure that tomorrow, if I have to go rebellious, I have to go against their decisions? Do I have it in me? Am I that sure that I have got the right partner, that I am going to leave my family aside and settle down with this person that I am currently dating? So these people are very, very, very practical, very, very logical. They just see the relationship from all the sides before just fully authorizing the fact that yes, they have given their commitment to the person they are currently dating. And these people are like very critical of their partners. I'll tell you why they are critical in the other point. These people are these Taurus ascendants. They are very good at nitpicking things. They are very good at meticulously and scrupulously finding out faults in order to better upon things. So in most of their life, they are coming across situations, or they even in fact love to come across situations wherein they are picking up flaws, eliminating them, so that the final picture that emerges up is just flawless, is just amazing. So that's their way of improving upon the quality of the relationship, or quality of their business, or quality of any aspect of their life. So what happens is that let's suppose they are dating an individual. So they might be like, hey dude, I love you a lot. Hey honey, I love you a lot, but I think we are getting too much involved into each other. This is high time that this is a real high time that we shall take up our studies seriously, because there are likely chances that our parents may not support our decisions, and in case they don't support our decisions, we have to make sure that we get a good job, and for that we have to study well, because we have to because since our parents would not be supportive of our decisions, 5 to 6 years down the line, we will have to raise a family of our own. We will have children, and that too, I want to make sure that we do that without taking the financial help of our parents. So we got to meticulously and scrupulously start taking our life very seriously, so that we land up in the good jobs and we are in a financially sound position 5 to 6 years down the line when we are about to start a family. And the other thing that I can tell that they are critical of their partner is like unlike a Scorpion or a Cancerian or a Piscean, who would accept their individual, who would accept their partner the way he is. These Cancerians, Scorpions, and the Pisceans are the people who are like, they want an integration of mind, body, and soul. For him, for these three ascendants, even if their partner is not wearing is not wearing the right dress, or even if he is wearing wearing rags, then they are completely fine with it. But for Taurus ascendants, he or she would not take a minute, and she or she would go up to their partner and tell, hey dude, this dress is not right for this occasion. It would have been better had you dressed more casually. You are looking too formal in this kind of a peppy surrounding. So they may bluntly tell that fiance or tell that partner they are dating straight away, without realizing that what his reaction gonna be to such a criticism. But in a way, if you look at it on a more deeper and intellectual level, these Taurus ascendants are one of the most beautiful, are one of the most intelligent people when it comes to the love affairs. Because since Taurus ascendants are the earth sign people, so although they take a lot of time before giving their commitment to their partner, but once they commit to their partner, since they have taken all the aspects into consideration before giving their final yes, so there are likely chances that they would stay for you for long, and that relationship will ultimately gonna flourish. There are high chances of that. So although they are critical, or they are too analytical, which kind of fades the love quotient to a fair degree, but if you look at it from the other side, it's kind of they believe in some kind of a very, very stable, very earthly kind of a relationship, where you both are grounded, where you both are financially sound, where you both are emotionally balanced. And fifth house is the house of children. So these people, although they love their children, but at certain point of time, they are like, hey, you are not a breastfed individual right now. You are a grown-up kid, and it's high time that you take responsibility for your own actions. Life is ultimately not a bed of roses, and at least in this age, you don't expect me that I'll be entertaining your tantrums. No, it's a harsh world out there that you're gonna go into ultimately to make a buck. So it's high time you start gearing up yourself, you start preparing up yourselves, and start taking the responsibility of your own actions. So what happens is that although these Taurus ascendant people would do practically everything to give the emotional, to give the not the emotional, to give the financial security, and in fact they would try their level best to provide every possible luxury of the world to their partner they are dating and to their children. but their partners or their children kind of feel very bogged down when it comes to the emotional thing. So their partners and children were like, they are like, fine enough, this Taurus ascendant has provided us with a home, and he is there for us whenever we need him financially. He is there for him whenever we need his advice. He is very tactful and rational when it comes to making decisions. But this Taurus individual was really not there when we emotionally needed this person. So some of the people who are not actually able to figure out that why this person is so logical and practical when it comes to the love affairs, some of those who are not able to assimilate that why this Taurus person is so analytical about a lovey-dovey thing called love. So for those of these people who do not understand, they may actually leave this, or move out of this relationship with the Taurus ascendant. So Taurus ascendants can before marriage they can have a tough time with their love affairs because they are too practical about it. And since fifth house is the house of studies, and it is in the Taurus ascendant, for the Taurus ascendant, it is the sixth house energy present in the fifth house. And sixth house, as I told you in the sixth house episode, is all about the fields like medicine, social work, is about management, finance. So these Taurus ascendants are more inclined, especially while they are going for their bachelors, they are more inclined towards the fields like management, finance, law, and what else, and medicine too, or any of the things related to social work. They are not more scientifically driven, unlike the Aquarians, who are more scientifically driven. These Taurus ascendants are more about the management law or the medicine kind of a thing. And now coming to the sixth house for the Taurus ascendants. Well, the sixth house for the Taurus ascendants has the original energy of the seventh house in it, as you saw in the chart. So, since it has the seventh house energy in it, seventh house is, what is seventh house all about? Seventh house is all about relationship building. Seventh house is all about balance, structure, organization. It's all about partnerships, mental compatibility, understanding each other. So, and the seventh house actually represents that what it is that makes you actually emotionally or financially stable. What is it that complements you? So since this seventh house energy for those Taurus ascendants is present in the sixth house, these Taurus ascendants, they get their tranquility and the serenity of their mind, or what gives them the mental satisfaction, the mental satiation is when they are into the sixth house fields. That is, these Taurus people love the intellectual debates and arguments. These people attract, and in fact they love solving the problems, hurdles, competition. And they are good at dealing with enemies, because for the first house, as I told you, in the first house for the Taurus ascendants, the original energy of the second house is present. So these Taurus ascendant people are very rational. They have got a knack and aptitude of preserving wealth. They have the knack and aptitude of preserving the family values, preserving anything that is valuable. And since for the Taurus ascendants, the second house has the original energy of the third house, so these people, when they speak with such eloquence, and that too in a manner like Gemini. Since the third house energy is present in the third house original energy is present in the second house of for the Taurus ascendants, so these people, when they speak, they are kind of like Gemini kind of individuals, that they speak with such finesse, with such class, that they awestruck or mesmerize the other individuals who is actually conversating with them. So these Taurus ascendants, through their tactfulness and rationality of the first house, through their eloquent manner of speaking, through their eloquent manner of communicate their viewpoint to the other people, and through their relationship building skills of the sixth house. These people are able to derive profits out of even the enemies. They end up converting their enemies into their resources that work for the benefit of this Taurus Ascendant, and this is a positive trait of these Taurus Ascendant people. So guys, can you see how interrelated things are in astrology, that each and every things, if your foundation is strong, if you have watched all my episodes and all the houses episode, you would be able to relate stuff very easily. And this is how we authenticate, we reason out everything in Vedic astrology. So guys, with that we wrap up with the Taurus rising sign part 1 episode. Hope it was enlightening for you people, and for those of you who have liked this video, or if you like me for one reason or the other, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and with this by clicking the red color button down below the video screen. And this will keep you updated with whenever I upload a video next, and you will get regular feedbacks about what's happening on this channel. On this very note, this is your host RISHU signing off. Try to find out the purpose of your life through astrology, and try to be as good as the wealth manager as this Taurus Ascendant sign is. So goodbye, take care, love you.